All right, so here's some vocabulary that's going to help you as you think about Earth's motion around the sun and how that affects our life. Here's the beginning of our vocabulary. People often get confused between rotation and revolution. Rotation is to spin on an axis. That's Earth's motion. See, it's going around here. Rotation is what gives us day and night. Earth turns on its axis and changes the part that's facing the sun. So that's what gives us the motion of the sun through the sky and causes us to experience day and night. Revolution is to travel in a circle around another object. As Earth goes around the sun, that is a revolution. To tell them apart, think of a revolving door. When you go through a revolving door, you are revolving, having a revolution around the center of the door. Okay? So that's a nice way to tell rotation and revolution apart. Earth's axis is tilted at 23.5 degrees. This is going to become very, very important as we talk about the seasons. The shape of Earth's orbit as it goes around the sun is a shape called an ellipse, not to be confused with eclipse. We're going to talk about that later. Okay? Earth's orbit is an ellipse. It's not quite round. Well, it is round. It's not quite circular. And so we see it sort of like a squished circle. The important thing about an ellipse is that the center is off-center. So rather than being spot in the center here, the sun is more to one side than the other. You probably remember some of your planets making a shape similar to this when we did the planet family simulation. The solstice are the longest and shortest day of the year. We get the winter solstice and the summer solstice. Winter solstice is usually around December 20th or so. Summer solstice is usually around June 20th. So we'll be celebrating the summer solstice not long before you begin your summer vacation. There's a reason to celebrate. The equinox, in contrast, are the days of the year when the day and the night are equal. So think equal nights, equinox. We just had the spring equinox last Friday on March 20th. Remember we had all that snow? That was the first day of spring, actually, because it was the spring equinox. We had equal length day and night, 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of nighttime. Now the days are getting longer as we go towards the spring solstice, so perhaps the snow will finally go away. Finally, we're going to be labeling the parts of the globe. You need to be able to talk about these parts of the globe. The first part is the axis. Please draw an axis onto the globe on your paper and label it axis. Then you're going to draw on an equator. Now I got all fancy with my equator. See how I made it sort of curved like a half a circle? That gives that globe that three-dimensional effect. It's pretty cool, but if straight lines are more your thing, you can draw a straight line too. That's okay, as long as you know that the equator goes around the globe. It's the center between the top and the bottom, or the northern and southern hemisphere. So be sure to label northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. It's important that you can tell the hemispheres apart because we're going to be talking about seasons and about winter and summer in the northern and southern hemisphere. You need to be able to tell those hemispheres apart.